Danish officials are responding to a Twitter post from your wife, Katie Miller, herself a former Trump White House official, showing Greenland covered with an American flag, saying soon.
Chad, why would the U.S. even want Greenland? What is there in Greenland?
After that was posted, President Trump repeated the claim that the U.S. needs Greenland for national security reasons. The Danish Prime Minister responded to this in an interview earlier today, as reported by Bloomberg, quote, "I believe one should take the American president seriously when he says it wants Greenland, but I will also make it clear that if the U.S. chooses to attack another NATO country militarily, then everything stops, including NATO, and thus the security that has been established since the end of the Second World War." Can you rule out that the U.S. is ever going to try to take Greenland by force?
You can't just take another territory, though.
Well,
like what?
Let me go back a step. The president has been clear for months now, so I know you're treating this as breaking news. The president has been clear for months now that the United States should be the nation that has Greenland as part of our overall security apparatus. The United
Right, but
States,
your wife posted that like hours after the Venezuela operation. That's why it's newly relevant.
No, I'm not, and I'll talk with you about it for an hour. I think it's a really important conversation. I just wanted to reset, Jake, by making clear that it has been the formal position of the U.S. government since the beginning of this administration, frankly, going back into the previous Trump administration, that Greenland should be part of the United States. The president has been very clear about that. That is the formal position of the U.S. government.
Right, but can you say that military action against Greenland is off the table?
It wouldn't be military action against Greenland. The Greenland has a population of 30,000 people, Jake. The real question is, by what right does Denmark assert control over Greenland? What is the basis of their territorial claim? What is their basis of having Greenland as a...
Is this guy okay? Because I feel like sometimes I look at the news and some people look like they are saying things like they took drugs. Like he's just talking words. Like,
colony of Denmark.
What is he even talking
about? The United States is the power of NATO. For the United States to secure the Arctic region, to protect and defend NATO and NATO interests, obviously Greenland should be part of the United States. And so that's a conversation that we're going to have as a country. That's a process we're going to have as a community of nations.
So you can't take it off the table that the U.S. would use military force to seize Greenland. You can't take it off the table.
Jake, I understand you're trying very hard to, which again, is your job. I respect it. It's great to get exactly the headline, right? That catchy headline.
I'm trying to get an answer to the question.
That says Miller refuses to rule out
I mean, it's not even a gotcha. It's a country out there. It's a country on an island, and this guy thinks about getting the whole country to be part of the United States. What the fuck is that about? I mean, this is outrageous. What?
The United States should have Greenland as part of the United States.
It's odd.
There's no need to even think or talk about this in the context that you're asking of a military operation. Nobody's going to fight the United States militarily over the future of Greenland. So
one last question, Stephen.
I mean, in that case, what would be the difference between that and Australia then? If they can say, oh, for our defensibility that we have this country, then what about Australia then? You can make some argument for that country too then. You can make an argument for any country then. For their defense, we should have that country and expand and then fucking overtake. What? What's the difference then? Explain what's the difference between Greenland and Australia when it comes to taking a country and making it your own.
So Cuba's days are numbered. Colombia isn't going to be doing this anymore. Okay, yeah, I could see there's definitely a trend here. You specifically said you'd be against foreign intervention and nation building. Why have you switched positions? Well, I'm generally against it, but there are some instances where I'd be okay with it. It's pretty simple. Like, I think it's something that's generally a bad idea, but if we can get enough money out of the place that we're intervening in, and we can effectively make it worthwhile for us, then I'd be okay with it. Does that make sense? So it's all about whether we're making money off of it. That's my primary function, is that I think about, is this good for Americans? And if it is, if it's making us money, it's beneficial for us, it's lowering our costs, or there's some other downstream effect of it, then yeah, I'd be okay with it. But us just going over there and doing it for no reason, no, I don't think so. So yeah. And but that's really that's my viewpoint on it. That's what I think. No more pointless wars, period. Economical, logical interventions are fine. Yeah, exactly. And even if it costs civilians.
Well, chat, guys, it's a little bit bold of a statement, right? But this is how it's been forever for most countries overall. I mean, people have bases in other countries to make sure that their trade goes properly, make sure that their vessels don't get ambushed and shit like that. countries are camping other countries' spots to defend from other countries for what? Because those religions end up making them money. You think that everybody helps the world because it's out of the kindness of their heart? Do you think that there's a scale that's overall country helping the world and you would look nicer? Bro, overall, it's all to make money. What? Well, I'm not gonna defend it, guys. This is the basis of the country's existence. What the fuck are you guys talking about? You think that this is as basis in all the countries and do all this defense of other shit and is helping with Taiwan? What? You think that the U.S. is making sure that Taiwan is safe because they care about human rights? Because they care that Taiwan has a good day today? Really? I mean, you're off your rockers, on God. That's insane. One way or another, politically, strategically, make sure that the chips are safe so that they can make money. So they make money. What the fuck else is there?
Million lives? Yeah, who gives a shit? Like, I mean, if the thing is that if you're going to do this stuff, people are going to get killed. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen for sure. Like, I mean, if the thing is,
what?
And but that's really that's my viewpoint on it. That's what I think. No more pointless wars, period. Economical, logical interventions are fine. Yeah, exactly. And even if it costs civilian lives, yeah, who gives a shit? Like, I mean, if the thing is that if you're going to do this stuff, people are going to get killed. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen for sure.
Oh, I mean, civilian casualties is always a big no-no. I mean, what? I don't think. Guys, I think sometimes he tries to be really bold and be very like kind of rage baity with what he says, whatever. But I think there's a limit though. When you're trying to like say that civilian casualties are fine, is not. That's a big problem. Like, there's no point.
Yeah, I showed a no war with Venezuela protester how Venezuelans are celebrating in the street. Oh no.
We're out here to say hands off Venezuela, and we unequivocally stand with the people of Venezuela against U.S. imperialist aggression.
What do you think about the people of Venezuela celebrating on the streets?
What?
What do you think about the people of...
What?
I saw images of Venezuelans being bombed after the U.S., bombed Caracas, so I'm not sure what you're talking about, but
were civilians killed?
Show me the bombings that you're talking about. I didn't see any.
I don't know, I just saw it on Reddit. It was on the front page of...
Oh, Reddit, okay.
Imperialism.
People celebrating on the streets here. What do you think about that?
I mean, at the end of the day, I stand with the people of Venezuela against U.S. imperialism. The U.S. has no right to bomb the people of Venezuela.
80, 40, I didn't see any of those reports. Were civilians, actual day-to-day, normal civilian in their house bombed out of nowhere?
Venezuela, the U.S. has no right to kidnap
Show me
another...
that. But not like the actual thing.
NPC programming. NPC, and that's why you're going back to it. You default right back to your NPC programming whenever you get called out for being a retard. And here's a real video from Venezuela. People are furious. Oh, of course, right? Of course there's going to be some people that are mad. Absolutely. The U.S. is not interested in freedom or democracy. It's interested in our oil. Yeah, maybe you're right. But hey, if we got a bigger gun, then we're going to get it. That's just the way it is. What the United States does criminal? Oh, yeah, they're going to interview Venezuelans that are over there.
Yeah, I didn't see any of these reports, but I mean, if you got them, I will